And we're going to remember it because the days of what? Israel may be no more in remembrance. Maybe what? No more in remembrance. For so long, Blacks and Hispanics didn't know that you were the children of God. But we come out here to remind you that you are God's chosen people. We're coming out here to bring it into remembrance. Verse 1. For they consulted together with one consent, with two consent, with one consent, with a consent that's going to help everybody. With one consent, guess what? The white man and all his counterparts have consulted together with one thing on their mind. Let's see if it's about the love of all people. Go ahead. They are confederate against thee. They are what? Confederate against thee. That's what your oppressors are confederate against you. That's what they hate you. The reason they stole your identity is not because of the love they have, it's because of the hatred they have. Right. That's what they are. That's who they are. Go ahead. Verse 6, the tabernacles of Edom, the house of the white man. Wow. So number one thing that's named in the Bible is the white man, right, because he is the devil, the Bible says. He's the thief, the liar, and the murderer. He's the number one enemy. And you gotta remember that you lost your identity. When you lost your identity, you forgot who your ops were. And if you forget who your ops are, then they stop you up and down the street, and you never know who it is, and you think it's everything else. You've been looking for your enemies to be a spirit. You think the devil is under the ground. So the devil is the white man walking across the street. The Ishmaelites, the Moab, that's what the Ishmaelites, that's these Arabs. And the Moabites, that's these Chinese people. You look up and down the street, that's who you spend all your money with. You get a paycheck, you work 80 hours a week, and as soon as you get that 80-hour paycheck, you go and give it to the white man, the Arab man, and the Chinese man. You pay your bills with a white man, you go to the white man's grocery store, you pay your rent to an Arab or a Chinese man, you gotta go get your hair done from the Asian, you gotta go get your nails done from the Asian, you gotta get your gas from the Arab. Everybody else is taking all the money that you got because they are confederate against thee. That's all. The Hagarees, verse 7, the Baal, Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tamarese. You know what that's name? That's naming all the other nations. Right. You know what that means? We are all that we got. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you are all that you got. So love each other. You don't have another friend. You don't have someone else that you should join to. The only people that you should be looking for brotherhood and sisterhood with is the people on this side. Right. Right. That's what we come out here to do. To bring it into remembrance because you forgot. You forgot, that's all. Don't worry about it. The prophets of God are going to make you remember. I'm going to teach you your history, and we're going to make you remember who you are. You are Yahshua. Shema Yahshua, the higher power, Yahweh Akah. Yeah, you are one nation under God. Right. That's really what you are. Right. That's the Native Indians. So what are you going to do? You're going to love each other. Right. You're going to stand for each other. You're going to fight for each other. You're going to get over drugs. You're going to stop selling drugs to your people. So what you're going to do, and why are you going to do it? Because if you don't, they're not going to stop it. Because they're your enemies. They're going to keep pumping in your community because they're your enemies. They're going to keep pushing the music that destroy you because they're your enemies. They don't want you a strong nation. They don't want you to stand up and be loving to each other. They want you killing each other. Because they're your enemies. Now, remember that. And don't ever forget it. Because forgetting it is going to be the demise of your children. Oh, yeah. Get that crap out of here. Now, do y'all understand the problem? Y'all see it? Go back to verse 5 real quick. I'm going to show y'all, just like the captain of 13,000 just showed y'all. Where you read what you got right there. Verse 5. For they consulted together with one consent. And how many consent? With one consent. All these nations, they did what? Consulted together with one consent. See, the problem is your oppressor has convinced you to love everybody while they only love themselves. They have convinced you to love everybody and they do everything for themselves, man. You give your all to your oppressor. You go to work and you leave your children 80 hours a week, man. And you go to your oppressor, you give your all to your oppressor. Building up their businesses, building up their school system, giving your entire paycheck to all these other nations because they of America, and they continue to lie to them. And they continue to break these teeth with them. Oh, so we still gotta love them. Native Americans on reservations, man. And we still gotta love them, man. Push us further and further west with during the Trail of Tears. We still gotta love them, man. What we don't realize is they know something that we don't know, man. But we're trying to teach you something that's going to be the most valuable thing that you will ever learn, man. Is that the Most High only loves you. While your enemy, while your oppressor and these other nations that are confederate against you have taught you to love everybody, the Most High is trying to teach you that you should only love your people. Right? The Most High is trying to teach you over and over again, man. Through his prophets, man. Through these scriptures. Through every chapter and verse, he's trying to teach you that the Most High only loves Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. The book of Judah, verse 20. See, what you don't realize is that your oppressor knows. Your oppressor knows that if they get you to deviate from your culture, then they can destroy you. That's why they got the white Jesus in every church. But then when you find out that Christ was actually a black man, they're like, oh, well, color don't matter. Color don't matter all of a sudden. But it matters just enough to change the most revolutionary black man into a white man. But then when you find out that the most revolutionary black man was the most revolutionary black man that you see as a white man in the church when you find out that he's actually a black man, that he doesn't love everybody, now they want to try to paint it. Now they want to try to say that color don't matter. Slavery, what you got? This is the reason why they do those things. It's in the Bible. It's been in the Bible this entire time. Go ahead, read it. Book of Judah, chapter 5, verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor. See, what we're reading right now is an oppressor trying to dominate Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. But they couldn't do it. We're going to find out why. Go ahead, read it. If there be any error against this people, and they sin against their God, they do what? Sin against their God. Nah, if we don't get an education, sin against their God. Nah, if we don't go to, if we don't vote, sin against their God. Now, if we don't go to church, sin against their God. See, what your oppressor knew about you is if they could get you to sin, which is the transgression of the law. If they can get Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to transgress the law, if they can get Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to celebrate Easter, and not to the Passover, if they can get Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans on drugs, if they can get us to murder each other, if they can get us to rob each other and leave our families and become whores and warmongers, then go ahead and read on. Let us consider that this shall be their ruin. Now, what will be their ruin? Consider that this shall be the ruin. See, you know, when you think that not loving everybody is going to be your ruin. You think that all we got to do is just love everybody. And that's the problem with us. That we just don't, there ain't no love in the world. But there's so much hate in the world, right? But what's going to be our ruin is if we sin against the Most High God. If Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans don't keep our culture, that is what has been our ruin. And your oppressor knows that. That's why they took away your culture. That's why they took away this Bible from you. That's why the first thing that they did to you when you came into America, be it a transatlantic slave trade, was beat your culture out of you, man. And divide the family, and take away take away the Bible from you, take away your history. That's why that's the first thing that they did, because they know that if you deviate from your culture, Black man, Hispanic man, and Native American man, that this will be your ruin. What very real? Let us go up, and we shall overcome them. Then, after they take away your culture, after you deviate from your culture, Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, after you stop calling yourself after the name of what the Most High called you, after you stop calling yourself an Israelite, after you stop calling yourself after the tribe that the Most High called you, the tribe of Judah, the tribe of Gad, the tribe of Issachar, Naphtali. If you stop calling yourself by those names, then read that again. Let us consider that this shall be the ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them. Only after you put down your culture, Black man, you put down your culture, then you join your oppressor's military. Then you'll join your oppressor's police force. Then you celebrate their Easter. Then you start to sleep with their women. You start to make babies with their men. Then you start to join their border patrol. You start to do all those things. Then that'll be your ruin. And then they will go up. Only then will they go up against you and destroy you, man. You gotta understand. The only answer for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to come out of this condition that we is for us to separate from the lies that our oppressor taught us and to come back to our culture, which is the love of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that is exclusive for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and nobody else. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanded during your honor. Shalom. Get that from the hand. I'm really losing my temper real quick. The problem with our community is this: everybody has a voice. Not only kids with one man. Everybody right now thinks they got an opinion. Everybody thinks that their way is the best way. And that's what's been plaguing the community. For so long, we've been looking at the leaders who think that's the solution to Black oppression. They come. When their mission is to inclusion, so long, Black people been fighting, calling the white man, calling the oppressor,
But we should be fighting for the very exact same thing they fight for.
Right.
And that's the purpose. Even Luke 9:23. White people are willing to harm themselves if it means keeping supremacy over black and Hispanic. That's what they would do. They would vote against things that will benefit their children. They would vote against universal health care. They would keep people in slavery even though they're taking for jobs. Why? Because they understand their life is not more important than white supremacy. Now, that should be a lesson to you, black man. A lesson to you, Hispanic man. That your life shouldn't be more worth than black supremacy. Right. Now, we will put our own selves in order for us to be on top.
The book of Luke, chapter 9, verse 23. And he said to them all, if anybody will come after me,
everybody want to follow Christ. Everybody want to be a disciple of Christ, an apostle, a prophet, a priest. Well, this is what it requires.
Right.
That job is not an easy job to obtain. That job requires something of you. God requires a man to be a man.
Right.
Too many boys should follow God.
Right.
Too many boys take God to their side. Read it.
If anybody will come after me, let him deny himself.
And do what?
Deny himself.
You have to deny yourself to follow God. What does that mean? You have to deny all your lusts and desires. After you think you was not what is that homosexual say? I wasn't born this way. And I understand that. They said I wasn't born this way. Why? Because you didn't choose that life for yourself. Somebody chose that life for yourself. And that's all of us. All black and Hispanics. Somebody chose our life for ourselves. You think it was your decision to be in the streets? You think it was your decision to be a whore, to be a homosexual, to be a drug addict? It wasn't your decision. Somebody made a decision for you. And that was your oppressor. Your oppressor made your life by design. He afflicted you. Now this is the thing. Jesus Christ said, any man want to come after me, he has to afflict his own self. And the only affliction and pain that he received is one that he does it to himself. The one he chooses. These men back here, we're not victims. You got a movement messed up. We're not victims fighting for inclusion. We want supremacy. We're rulers fighting for our spots. We're trying to get our spot back. And we won't stop until we get it. We won't stop until I see white people marching in the streets for their own civil rights movement. I want white people to be in the streets of the kingdom of heaven to talk about this black supremacy. And then they their own white counterparts say black supremacy doesn't exist. You need to work harder. And we're going to show black supremacy does exist. I'm going to make sure of it. I'm going to wake up every day. I'm going to think to myself, how can I be a black supremacist today? How can I oppress another race of people today? Why? Because they're happening to me. And I would be damned if I let my sons look at me like I'm some type of coward who's going to bend my knee. That's all. I'm going to fight even after I won.
Let him deny himself and take up his cross.
Take up what?
Take up his cross.
Take up your cross. Take up your burdens. Everybody said they got their own burdens. Well, I can't do it because I'm this way. Forgive me for my anxiety. I used to smoke weed. I don't smoke weed no more. It don't matter. God doesn't require you to be the person you are right now. He requires you to be something different. It don't matter what type of man you are. It matters what type of man that God needs you to be. That's what matters. You got to be a living sacrifice. Now, your life don't belong to yourself. Your life belongs to God.
That's right. Let him deny himself and take up his cross. Daily.
How long? Daily. Paul said, I die daily. You see men back here who finally found the way to fight correctly. And we had to look in the mirror to fight that man.
That's right.
We realized, you know what? If I stop smoking weed, if I stop selling drugs, I can fix my community.
That's right.
I don't need to march in the streets for no handout from no white man. I don't need to go for no president. How about I fix myself? I can get my people out the ghetto. And that's what Jesus Christ did. Before Jesus Christ, there was no example to be perfect.
Right.
There was no example. Jesus Christ came and gave us an example. Before you had great men who fell short, great men who have sinned, so you had no hope. Christ came. And he was tempted just like you was tempted. He had sinful flesh, just like you got sinful flesh. Right. But he did not commit sin.
Right.
He was a righteous man. And because he was so righteous, he could do things that people only think God could do. Like forgive sins. Well, you can come back here and you get all your sins forgiven. Why? Because this is what a man of God like. This is what a righteous man like. Perfect men like. Disciples of Christ. You should know my disciples is that they love one another. You won't love, you come back here and see love. You see brothers who have sacrificed their whole entire life for the love of another brother. That's for so long, the people in our community, they've been living their life off the death of somebody else. Somebody else. Now we live our life off the love of somebody else. Now I want to do what my flesh wants to do. My flesh wants to get high. My flesh wants to sell drugs. But I love my brother too much to do that. I want to let my brother suffer in hell because of my sins, for my stupidity, for my ignorance. Now, I want to be better just so my brother can get vengeance, just so my brother can get justice.
And follow me, verse 24. For whatsoever will save his life shall lose it.
So many people trying to save their life. So many people are crowding out to do the thing God wants you to do. Why? Because you love your mom. You love your dad. Christ said, whosoever love their mother and father more than me is not worthy of me. Right. You have to deny your life to serve Christ. You have to take on that villain role. You have to become a villain. Why? For you to conquer. For the spirit of Christ to be in this earth. It takes you to be hated. Ain't that easy though? It's easy for me to be hated when I have to watch my king die on that cross. A righteous man died for sinners. Surely if you can do that, surely I can just become a living sacrifice. Surely I can fight my demons daily. Why? Because I received a second chance. Not of works, but a promise. God never gave me the second chance how good I was. Why? Because I was a sinner. He gave it to me by promise. The oath he made to Abraham. That's why we can come back and follow God the correct way.
But whosoever will lose his life for my sake, the same shall save it. Lose his life for my sake, the same shall save it.
We're trying hard to lose our life for Christ's sake. I would say because of Christ, we are led as sheep to the slaughter. And we count it worthy. We count it worthy. We want to be glorified. We're waiting on the day. Every day we come out here thinking something bad is going to happen. But we still come out here because there's no more honorable thing than dying on behalf of your nation. Right. White people die for their nation proudly. They die for America proudly. You have veterans underneath the bridge and tent. Right. They still will wear their veteran hats. Right. They still uplift America. You can tell me Christ will offer me better promises. America offering their veterans to live on your bridge. Christ offered me salvation, life, a crown upon my head. You think I will die for that? Right. Out your mind.
Verse 25. For what is a man advantage if he gains the whole world and lose himself or be cast away?
You know how you losing yourself, Phil? When them demons be in your head. When you rich, you know how many rich people want to commit suicide? Why? Because they lost themselves. They sacrificed themselves for what? The things they flesh want. Right. What you want a new car? What you want a brand new house? You want a mansion? What did it cost? It costs your life. You're following Jesus Christ. It costs your life as well. Right. Here's the thing. I want to live in sadness following Jesus Christ. I don't want to live in sorrow following Jesus Christ. I want to live every day in happiness. Why? Because of a better tomorrow. Tomorrow is when salvation happens. Don't you know that Christ can answer your prayers right now? Right. It can change overnight. Right now. People go from working at Wendy's to sitting upon a hill, judging the nation of Israel. Right. Judging the people who oppress you. Judging the people who are responsible for your grandmother's crime. You know how many of our grandmothers started crying themselves to sleep at night for what? Something you did? No. Because the man who's in charge of her life failed us. The white man has hands. And what he did with his power. The same thing Pharaoh did. Pharaoh repented to God of what he was doing to let one plague go. And right after that plague, guess what he did? He did it again. Pharaoh's heart was hardened. So was Donald Trump's. So was Joe Biden's. All their heart is hardened. Why? They're not going to help you. Satan can't cast out Satan. Why in the hell would Donald Trump help the people that's going to take away his kingdom? Why would he help the people who's going to destroy his kingdom? We're going to oppress those people and help them give up on their God. But because of their oppression, we realize voting ain't the way. Voting hand in hand is the way. There has to be another way. And because of that hard hand, all oppressor rules up us with, we found our way back to God. All oppressor thinks since he ruled with such a hard hand, he can erase our culture and erase our nationality. Little do he know, our nationality and culture is not something we wear, but it's something that's inside us. And little do he know, he only has power over the flesh, not the spirit. That's what we're going to feel. We're going to put a power over the body and the soul and hell. We're going to feel this, man. What power does he have? And we were taking that back too. We were taking that power back. Now we have men. Now we have righteous men who finally fought a fight worth dying for.
Right.
I finally fought a fight that they will deny themselves for. Why? Because we are all like-minded men fighting for one thing.
Right.
And we're fighting for the day that our king sits on the throne that he worked for.
Right.
And
That's right.
under him. Right now, Donald Trump is sitting on the throne of Jesus Christ. That's Jesus Christ's throne.
Right.
And that's what the Bible says he's going to come with a name no man knew.
Right.
He's going to have a head who's filled with many crowns. Why? Because it all belongs to him.
Right.
He worked for it. And he's going to get paid what he's doing. Give him a hand. Thank you.
Denle un aplauso a este oficial que trae, Juan, porque lo que está diciendo es muy correcto. Es muy correcto lo que está diciendo este cabrón. Así es. Bueno, primeramente, le vamos a dar una presentación. Nosotros somos la Escuela Israelita de Conocimiento Práctico Universal. Salimos de Harlem, uno oeste, por la calle 125 Harlem, Nueva York, bajo el mando de nuestro comandante y general Viajana. Y con eso, nosotros estamos aquí para decirle a ustedes, hispanos, negros, indios, quienes son de acuerdo con la Santa Biblia. Nosotros somos los menos judeos, los menos israelitas de la Biblia. Esos hipócritas que están en Israel, esos son gringos. Y de acuerdo con la Santa Biblia, la Biblia dice que el hombre blanco es el diablo. Estos son diablos. Aquí, la mera neta, aquí, para los negros indios, nosotros somos esta mera neta. ¿Ok? Y con eso, les vamos a presentar algo. Oigan, mi gente, primeramente, es muy importante que regresemos a nuestra cultura. Uno, nosotros no somos café, nosotros no somos negros, nosotros no somos indios. Es un título que nos dio nuestros opresores. ¿Ok? Nosotros no somos esa gente. En la Santa Biblia nos dice que nosotros somos esa mera gente que estaba escrita que el Todopoderoso regresó para nosotros. ¿Es correcto o no?
Yes. Eso es. Es el libro de 1 Juan, capítulo 3, versículo 20. Pues si nuestro corazón nos prende, mayor que nuestro corazón es Dios. Y Él sabe todas las cosas.
Ahora, ahorita tenemos al presidente Trump, ¿verdad? El presidente Trump nos dice que él es cristiano, que él es alguien que sigue las palabras de tiene involucrado en las fronteras. Nos tiene allí en jaulas, a nuestros hijos, a nuestras madres, a nuestros padres. O sea, nos separan de nuestras familias. Pero según él, él es correcto. ¿Sí o no? ¿Sí o no? Dígame que no miento. Eso es correcto. ¿Vale?
Es el libro de Primero Juan, capítulo 3, versículo 21. Es el libro de Primero Juan. Capítulo 4, versículo 20. Si alguno dice, digamos a Dios.
Si alguno dice, yo amo a Dios, así como estos tipos que corrigen nuestras vidas, que buscan nuestras vidas, si ellos dicen que conocen a Dios, ¿va? Es lo que dice, es lo que Trump dice, es lo que todos los presidentes dicen, es lo que el presidente de El Salvador nos está diciendo ahorita. Y ese bando no es nuestra gente, él no es hispano, él no es un palestino, igual que la presidenta mexicana, ella no es hispana. Eso es. Ella es ish. ¿Okay? Y ahora se atreven a decirnos a nosotros,
And I get it, brother here, man. You understand? Because let me say something. The so-called Mexicans built America. Built America. Donald Trump wants to deport them. You understand? All these immigration laws, man. The white man needs to be deported. You understand? This is why we have to deport the so-called white man. You understand? Let me tell you something. In the kingdom of heaven, we have walls great and high. And guess what? The heathen is not going to be allowed in our kingdom, man. Except to do work. You understand? You hear that right there? You're going to be made to work. You understand? The brother just brought out 1 John 4:20. You understand? Black, Latinos, Native Indians, we have to love one another, man. We have to unite and come back together just like the Bible says. The Bible is talking about Black, Latinos, and Indians coming back and being one family. It ain't talking about all people, it's talking about us. We gotta come back together, man. You understand? We gotta fight for our brothers, the Mexicans that are being deported. Just like they fought for us. You know, during slavery, the Mexicans fought for us. They fought the so-called white man. They fought against slavery to get us out of slavery, man. To get black people out of slavery. We have to stand with our brothers, man. The Issacharites. Those are the children of Israel. Those are the chosen people. You understand? And just like you brought up, the Jewish man is not a Jew. They're not God's chosen people. They stole our identity. Just like they stole America. Just like they stole Texas. They are the imposters. They are the thieves. They are the murderers. We have to separate ourselves from them and come back and be one family. And love your brother. Love our people, man. You understand? Give this brother another hand, man.
Un aplauso a este oficial, porque lo que está diciendo es muy correcto. Y nuevamente, le vamos a decir la escritura otra vez. Dale.
Es el libro de Primero Juan, capítulo 4, versículo 20. Si alguno dice, yo amo a Dios,
Si alguno dice, yo amo a Dios,
y aborrece a su hermano,
y aborrece a su hermano, se supone que nosotros somos la misma gente, ¿va? Que todos somos iguales, que todos somos la misma gente. Esto está de acuerdo con lo que ellos dicen, pero somos una gente sagrada. We are a holy people. Kind of like Native Americans, you are a holy people. And you are separate. We cannot be the same. We're different. Because they don't see us, porque ellos no nos ven a nosotros así igual. Nosotros no somos iguales con los gringos, con los blancos, con estos diablos. Nosotros somos otra gente. Por eso es que nos abusan de nosotros. Por eso es que nos robaron las Texas. Así como estaba haciendo este hermano. Nos robaron las Texas, nos robaron los estados. Y nosotros estamos peleando aquí por ustedes, hermanos y hermanas. ¿Ok?
Y aborrece a su hermano. Mentiroso.
Es mentiroso. Es mentiroso. Trump es una gran mentira. Este presidente de El Salvador es una gran mentira. La única verdad que existe aquí está aquí en la escuela israelita de conocimiento práctico universal. Aquí en este rincón, para ver estos cabrones aquí. Nosotros somos la mera neta. Aparte de eso, no existe la verdad. Si no estás en la verdad, si no estás aquí en esta escuela, no estás en nada.
Pues el que no ama a su hermano, a quien ha visto. ¿Cómo puede amar a Dios a quien no ha visto?
Exacto. Y es lo que nos dicen nuestros líderes aquí, que se supone que debemos amar uno al otro y todo el texto, pero no es el caso. No es el caso. Es un mentiroso. Es un hipócrita.
El siglo XXI. Y nosotros tenemos este mandamiento de él. El que amó a Dios, ame también a su hermano.
Este es su mandamiento.
Now it's time to wake up. Now it's our salvation closer than we believe. Because now the whole world is coming to war. We are asleep here in America. We're too busy trying to live the American dream. The only time that we're worried about is happy hour time. The special drinks hour at these clubs we're about to go to just to get twisted off. It's the only time we're worried about right now. But the whole world, we need to get up out of the rock we're under. The whole world is looking for war. Right. Even Donald Trump knows this. Donald Trump is
put tariffs on almost all the countries that are dealing with us, right? And he's shipping back all the so-called illegals. He's cutting off the hands of America. That's what it's doing. Donald Trump is cutting off the hands of America. And we think that this country is going to survive this. We think this country is going to go on forever. This country is at downfall. That's right. We're looking at the brink of Third World War. We're too busy thinking of the drink specials at these clubs. We're too busy thinking of the drink specials at these clubs and what time the club closes. We're not worried about the signs of the times. And the signs of the times is war. War is at the door of America. Right. For the treatment of the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Right. They stole this country from the Native Americans and Hispanics, and they think no country's going to come from it. We're working on the bones of our ancestors, and you're just willy-nilly going around just trying to look for amusement. Disrespecting the memory of your ancestors. But here under this banner, we're going to honor our ancestors. We're going to come together under Christ in the memory of our ancestors. Because our ancestors' blood is crying to the Most High. Vengeance. And that's what we pray for here in the ISUPK. You're looking at the saints that are waiting for the arrival of Christ and the vengeance of God.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 11. And death knows the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
That was high time to awake out of sleep. That was high time to come out of that nightmare called the American dream. If you haven't noticed, Latino, Hispano, Negro, they hate us in this land. They hate us here. We're not welcome here. They stole this land from us, and they continue to kill our sons in the streets. They hate us here. The only place that we will learn love is under this banner, together with blacks and Hispanics. And this banner under Christ. That's the only place where we will learn love.
For now is our salvation nearer.
Right. Now is our salvation nearer than we believe. Right. Now is our salvation near. When the whole world is at brink of World War III, that's your salvation, black man. Right. Hispanic man, Native American man. When this country sees its demise, the nation of Israel will rise.
Right. What this brother bringing out is so heavy. Read that again.
There we go. Verse 11. And then knows the time that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Awake out of what? Sleep. Let me tell you something. If you sleep for 400 years, you really dead. They call it dead. You comatose. Right. That's what you are. And you have been asleep for so long. Ezekiel said he saw you as a valley of dry bones. Right. Because now you've been dead. And back in this valley, you've been dead for so long trying to live in America. Right. You've been dead for so long, you've given up your spirit. You've given up your spirit for another man's spirit. Right. So the spirit of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians have been dead. Right. But the Bible says what?
It's high time that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
It is high time to get us out of that sleep. You know what that means is urgent. That means we got to do it as fast as possible because death is coming that you won't be able to wake up from. See, you're living in a sleep right now. You're in a death right now where you can still wake up. But the death that is coming will be a death you can't wake up from. And the Lord is telling you that it is high time for you wake out of sleep. That's all right, Lord.
For now is our salvation.
For what?
For now.
In a few minutes.
For now.
Then.
For now
is our salvation nearer than we believe.
Guess what? Right now, this very second, our salvation is nearer than we believe. That's right. We've been hearing for so long that Christ is coming back that you think Christ is the boy that cried wolf. Hey, you've been looking for Christ to come back for over 2,000 years. Right now, you look at it like, oh, that never happened. My grandma said Christ is coming back. Her grandma said Christ is coming back. My mother said Christ is coming back. The news keeps saying it. They said Christ is going to come back May the 23rd. They said Christ is going to come back August the 18th. They said Christ is going to come back in the blood moon. They said Christ is going to come back. And guess what? You are now went to sleep on Christ's return. But now, our salvation is nearer than we ever believed. Guess what? You stop believing. And when you stop believing, that's when he gonna come. We trying to get you to understand it's time for you to focus up on the reality that Christ is coming back. And he's coming back soon.
Let's give it up for the priest and pastor, the captain of 13,000. Yatzazak.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 11. And that, knowing the time,
now it's time to wake up. Now it's time to keep your head out of the clouds. Get your head out of the American dream. The American dream has been nothing but a nightmare for us blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans. The American dream is trying to forget about the Native Americans. You're walking on the bones of the cattle and the Polynesian Indians as we speak. You're working on their bones, but America would have you try to forget these brothers, man, which are the tribal camp of the nation of Israel. America would have you try to forget them, forget about the Trail of Tears. But now it is high time to wake up out of sleep. Right now it's high time to wake out of sleep. Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. Stop trying to live up to what you call the Joneses and come back to your true culture. Come back to your true culture. Join your brothers in the ISUPK, where you'll learn true brotherhood.
it's the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Ye gather together. O nation not desired.
We know that nation not desired. The Bible is speaking about you, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. We know that nation not desired. It's time for us to come together. That's the only way we'll learn true love. It's when we come together. And if you can only come together under Christ, under this banner, under the ISUPK.
Verse 2. Before the decree bring forth, before the day passes the chaff.
Right before the day passes the chaff. That's talking about World War III. Before this country blows up in smithereens, it's time to come together. Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. And with that, this is the Israelite School, University of Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, in Harlem, New York, on the Commanding Junior Ghana. Shalom.
Hey, shalom, Israel. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding Junior Ghana. And we've been teaching the truth of the Bible since 1969. Since 1969, we've been telling black that we are the true Israelites that the Bible speaks of. But we've been serving the Lord for 400 years. Even the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 12. See, we've been serving the Lord for 400 years. But now it's time to put on your spirit. Black man, not the spirit of the damn devil, the white man. Put on your spirit. Spirit of Yahweh. Right. So that we gotta fight for every need that we want to have. But our fight is not against flesh. Our fight is spiritual. Our fight is against the powers that be of darkness. We got the yet on 6 and 12. Ephesians 6 and 12. Yeah, we not fighting physically. That's not gonna do nothing. We having a war. A war that is not visible. It's a war in heaven. Between good and evil. That's the war that we fight. And it's not carnal. It's spiritual. That's why we come out here and teach the Bible, the truth of the Bible. Jesus Christ was no white man. Jesus Christ was a nigga. The Most High God was a black man. He was never a white man. And that's the lie that we've been fighting against. And that's how America's going to fall when a man of sin is revealed.
All right, read off the top. Chapter 6, verse 12. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities.
That's what I just told you. We're not fighting against the white man with physically without hands. The white people is everybody. The only thing you need to fear is the Most High God, because He's the one who's going to put it into you by the words that come out of my mouth. Read on.
Against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of the world.
The what?
The darkness of the world.
That's what we fighting against. That's why you got to take off the spirit of America and put that on your spirit. Your spirit is so holy. It's so set apart. It's so different than everything, with every spirit in our whole life. And what you're doing right now is you're looking at it. The brothers on the corner right now is the light that you got to put on your body. These beautiful garments, walking under the commandments of the Most High God and following our King, Jesus Christ. Read on.
Against the spiritual wickedness in high places. Verse 13. Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of God.
The what?
The whole armor of God.
The what?
The whole armor of God.
Read on.
That ye may be able to withstand in the evil day.
That's the spirit that you got to put on. Walking around here in America like everything is fine and going to get you unalive. But the whole armor of God, the spirit that you got to put back on, is going to protect you. It's going to protect you. It's not going to cause you any harm because you'll have the Most High God on your side and all of His angels, and you'll keep your house right.
Read on about the job. And having done all to stand.
Right. So that's what's going to make you stand. Not walking around here wanting to be like Jake Paul, wanting to be like Elon Musk, wanting to be like all these brothers. That's not our spirit, man. We never had the spirit to want to kill our brothers. We never had the spirit to want to hurt our families and leave our people behind. That's the spirit of Cain. That's the spirit of Esau. But that's not the spirit of Yahweh. Christ came back to come back and give us that righteous spirit, which is brotherhood. Brotherhood is the righteous spirit that we got to put on. That's how we gonna get the kingdom of heaven. When Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans decide to come together and leave America and turn against their sins and come and serve the Lord thy God. With that, the Israelite school of universal practical knowledge started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, and the commanding general Kahana. Shalom.
Let's go, double time. Let's go. So somebody up there. Be taking a move. You can throw that bag away. Give me a second.
Go clean up.
Go back.
Yeah.
Hold
on, put it in the bag.
Really get no black bottle garments.
Let's go.
Everybody.
Hey, we shutting down the studio. Now playing. That nigga, see, this nigga got it.